Good morning from Picton. We have snuck down to the South Island of New Zealand.
We are here.
So our adventure today. Now, Picton is very near the Marlborough wine region. And we said, you know what? While in New Zealand, we have to do at least one wine tour.
They are well known for Sauvignon Blanc, which happens to be this girl's favorite wine. And I always try and drink New Zealand variety. So why not try it while you're actually here, right?
Why not? Ha. Our phone just made a little weird beeping noise if you heard that. Our desk phone has been possessed. It's been having some issues. So we have an independent tour booked today with Jade Tours. It's supposed to be like 4 different tastings possibly, and maybe a stop at a chocolate factory, time permitting, and yum yum.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
So we're going to get some breakfast and jump out there. There is a shuttle required. You cannot walk directly out of this port. I think it's too much commercial activity. So like a 10-minute shuttle ride. Anyway, let's get to it.
Come with us.
Well, a little international cafe breakfast, and then we've gathered a group of 8 for this tour, so we're going to meet in the casino and do a walk-off together. Our gangway is deck 5 midship. There's the shuttle buses.
Beautiful.
Well, they gave us a flower as we arrived. Let's hop on the shuttle.
Look at the lovely little gift they gave, and it's a pin, so you can pin it on your clothing. I just have to figure out how to do that. It's so pretty, though.
So the shuttle has dropped us off here at the tourist information area, also called the I site. So we hung a left off of the shuttle bus, and this should be the meeting zone. Well, we are early. That gives us a little time to peek in shops and stroll around. Of course, they have all the kiwi socks.
Fun fact, kiwis are nocturnal, so we aren't going to see them most likely.
True. Well, actually, correction. There's
I found one. It is sleeping though.
All right, let's see if we can find our tour. Ah, success! So there is our ride for the day.
So Marlborough produces around 85% of New Zealand's wine production, and then 80% again of what we do here is Sauvignon.
About a half-hour ride. We've made our first stop here at the first cellar door, which is Jackson.
Like my Disney World.
Wow. Now, we learned that a lot of places around this area do machine harvesting of their grapes, but this place does hand picking. And all told, there are 70 million vines in the Marlborough region. Well, this is super cute, so we're going to have about an hour here. We're keeping to a strict timetable to make sure we can get to the chocolate factory on time. Well, it looks like they do some outdoor tastings here too, maybe. Let's see what we're up to today. Well, we are having an outdoor tasting. Someone was asking if they make a sparkle, and they said they do not, but their sister company does. So it looks like we'll have 2 Pinot Noirs, a Sauvignon Blanc, a Pinot Rosé.
Nice.
The original Jacksons actually arrived here in the 1840s. Our beautiful building here is made to reflect what the settlers' heart was like when they were first here. We grow everything ourselves. We never buy in from other companies at all. We like to know exactly how, the grape has been grown.
We're starting with the Stitch Sauvignon Blanc. All right, 10 a.m. Here we go.
Very smooth. And I do taste like the passion fruit, like more sour fruit.
Yeah.
That's good. It's refreshing. I like that one.
I like sour. Yeah, this is right up my alley.
Okay.
Pinot Rosé. Ooh, they seem more floral in this one.
It does smell sweet, but she says it's really dry because it's like grapefruit and cranberry and those more dry type fruits. but
It's pretty good.
the smell is
for,
deceiving, I think.
Wow.
guys.
Okay, this one does have more sugar than the Pinot Noir that we're going to be getting into.
Oh, true, true.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Still, it's yummy.
It's a little bit sweet, but
What
not,
do you normally go
not
for
too
at
bad.
home? 2022 was quite a mixed year weather-wise. We had quite a lot of rain, inconsistent sunshine. It was still good, but the wine is a little lighter in style and a slightly more acidic finish.
All right, we're going to try both of the Pinot Noirs together because they're curious for us to sort of compare them. Different years, different...
Seasonal
Yeah.
rain and sunshine, things like that. It definitely make a difference, like how the taste comes out. Yeah.
Wow, you can tell the color difference. Yeah, this one's very ruby, much lighter. This one's a lot darker, and they said sort of spicier, as in like maybe a cinnamon clove kind of a thing. Well, we'll come out here for a quick grape lesson and then load back up.
So 4 times.
Well, we learned that this vine is about 40 years old. They come through at the end of the season and trim off these 1-year-old branches here, and then some of these little thin ones will get wound around, and that becomes the fruit-bearing branches for the next season. And we have a little baby one over here. Time to ride to the next cellar door.
So beautiful here. This was amazing, and Emma was so knowledgeable about all the different wines.
Next up is Gibson Bridge. Now this is a boutique winery. They specialize, I think, in a fewer number of grapes.
Two specifically, and it's very small, family oriented.
I hear Gibson Bridge, I'm thinking of guitars like Gibson headstocks and Gibson fretboards. All right, let's go.
Well, welcome to Gibson Bridge, everybody.
Thank you.
And I'm probably thinking you don't really know much about us or you haven't heard of us before, so just a little brief. There are over 60 million vines and unbelievably 84% Sauvignon Blanc. That is the hold it's got. We have none.
So you're not finding any Sauvignon Blanc here.
Contracts.
Oh, Pinot Gris and Pinot Gris Rosé. Passion 8.
We'll talk a little bit about Grigio, and that you'll know that they're probably, they're definitely overcropped.
So we're starting with a 2024 Pinot Gris Reserve.
Not the same as Pinot Grigio, very local, and because Pinot Grigio can sometimes be overcropped, so this is definitely something more in this area.
But our harvest has been anything from the 20th of March through to the 2nd of May.
Oh, so Pinot Gris Rosé.
Pinot Gris Rosé, number 3 on the tasting
Thank you.
Wow, that's super smooth. Yeah, we've gotten to try the first 3 so far.
So no added sugar, sweet, serving it super chilled.
Oh, we've got a dessert wine. Well, we had about 6 samples here, including dessert wine, but yes, very small, extremely boutique. Excellent. Now, onward. I think next up is our lunch stop. There we go, Allan Scott. So this, we will have a glass of wine provided by the tour company. Lunch is at your own cost.
But they do have vegetarian, vegan options, things like that, so something for everybody. Excited.
I think they said we'll stick to probably either one starter or one entree just for time's sake, because we want to make sure we can get to that chocolate factory. Well, we'll get a little closer peek at the menus on the inside. Well, this looks like a lovely lunch spot. So let's take a little closer look down the food menu.
You want the things? Would be good. Yeah.
I have decided on the Riesling. Dee has gone with a rosé.
It's the estate variety, and it is very lovely. I've already tried it.
So we have decided to order a platter called the Vineyard to share. Now, underneath this giant piece of lavash bread, we have got an array of meat. Look at that blue. Oh my gosh. Meats, cheeses, pickled vegetables, smoked salmon. Yeah, that's definitely big enough to share.
All local, lovely, fresh ingredients. Yum.
Any meal that comes with a free weapon is a winner in my book. No, this is all very delightful and fresh. And that blue. How How was your lunch?
It was so fresh, locally grown. She even came out in the beginning and was like, if you want asparagus, they're not in season. We're going to do broccolini instead for side dishes. So I like that they're so thoughtful with what they're putting on the plate. You could tell it's so fresh. And the wine was crisp and delicious, and the setting was serene and beautiful. And the weather is gorgeous. It's just a beautiful day.
Yeah, so from here we had to take a vote. Do we want to do one more winery or go back and make sure we can hit chocolate? So the group has voted chocolate. Let's
you don't
load
need that
up.
much wine.
Nah, that's true. Makana Confections Boutique Chocolate Factory. I love every single one of those words.
I like the boutique factor. I think that's nice, like family-run small businesses.
Now it is windy here, I've got to say.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, we barely walked in the door and we get samples.
Smells so sweet in here.
It smells nice. Thank you.
It's juicy.
So I think Butter Toffee Crunch is what they've given us as a sample.
And then a citrus jelly as well.
Oh, it was two samples in one thing. I didn't even realize that.
I was listening. It's okay.
See, I don't pay attention. I was overwhelmed by the smells. Oh, yeah.
No, good.
They're good. You can only talk with your mouth full in here. They've got a kitchen over here you can take a peek in and watch them making the magic. Lots of things happening with macadamia, I see. And so they're making that macadamia butter crunch right now that we just tasted. Oh, we've got ginger, we've got mint, we've got orange.
72% dark chocolate mint snaps. That sounds amazing.
Peppermint panache, butterscotch, rum and raisin.
All sorts of good flavors.
We might spend a long time in here.
Espresso sticks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you can get little bears dressed in Makani shirts or holding hearts that say I love you more than chocolate. Chocolate cherries, berry toffee, chocolate dip citrus, apricots. There's the sample we got, which was citrus jelly squares. Okay, let's begrudgingly head back out, leave the smell behind. Stop, we have made our way up to the Picton Scenic Overlook Viewpoint. We're actually looking down on where the ferries were, and the shuttle buses dropped us off earlier today. Yeah, the port where we are docked is just to the left there around the corner. You can't quite see that from here, but we'll come peek off this other side, swing all the way back around. Then it's only about a 5-minute ride back down to the eyesight, and we will be there in plenty of time to catch a shuttle. Probably have some shopping time before we head back. Oh, you know I love maps. Okay, yeah, the ship is docked here in Shakespeare Bay, and we're here. Yeah, that's right, so we can't really see past, wildlife sanctuary. But we're looking down on this area, and there is the information center site, which we will return to. Zoop, zoop. They had a nice looking walking trail that brought you up here that actually would be an interesting something to do one time. Okay, one last ride. Well, now back to the gift shop and back to the shuttle bus. I had to get a pin. Of course, we spent some time learning about the silver fern in other ports, so that'll do nicely. And I think I'm going to get some socks, but we'll see those later. home sweet home.
So we're back from our lovely tour of wine country and keeping it really simple tonight. It's casual night once again. We'll start with the earrings. These are Tommy Bahama gifted to me from a lovely subscriber on our group cruise. The vest I purchased at a store called Only in Belgium. I love this. It goes with everything. It's just great. The belt is from Amazon. The trousers are from Target. I got the long length. And the shoes are the suede Mary Janes from Old Navy. So, yay. I never know how to end these things. Good evening.
Yeah, I think it's like I'm always down at the shoes and it's that awkward slow pan up to the top and then you're just like, boop, there I am.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, tell me, how was your day puttering around the Marlborough wine region with Jade Tours?
It was fantastic. You can actually hit quite a few wineries in that one little area. But alas, we don't have all day because we're on a ship. So I think we did really well with the timing for the ones that we got to go to. Jackson started off with that. More of a commercial, like larger company. Really nice tasting wine. I loved Emma. She was fantastic at explaining everything to us. Beautiful setting. And then we went to the more family owned and operated. They just really produced like, what, 2 or 3 different kinds?
Wasn't much, yeah. Gibson Bridge.
Gibson Bridge. But she was so funny and just very informative. And they just started it like when he was 58. So
yeah, 20
like
years ago.
Years. They just decided on a whim to do that. And I loved hearing all about it. Their wine was delicious too. You could tell all the love that was poured into it in all of them, honestly.
True.
And the lunch stop was so good. Allan something or other.
Yeah, I keep going. Ethan Allan, that's a furniture company. You saw it in the video.
Anyway.
Yes.
And we got to pick one glass of wine and the food was very fresh. And then we still made the chocolate stop and the scenic lookout. So we had the option of going to another winery, but how much wine do you really need at that early in the day? Not that much.
No, the chocolate was a much more worthwhile stop, I think.
Yeah, no, everybody had a great time, and Bruce, our tour guide, was super awesome and gave us all the information about this beautiful area he lives in.
Yeah, plus I think he's the company owner, so thanks to Bruce for a great day.
Thank you, Bruce. Yes.
And yeah, back on time, plenty of time for some shopping. Yippee, no worries there.
No.
So, links in the description, you know how it goes, and now we're going to roll out an evening.
We should do that.
Okay.
Let's go.
First we work, and now we dinner. And we return. Well, first up is the Catchphrases game show. We are told it's involving mostly television show catchphrases. You need to know the character and the show that it's from.
36. Well, we have to, and there's a winner here and a winner at the back.
Well, coming up next is a game show called Lyrically Speaking.
Round number 1, I will play different songs with the lyrics, and at some point they're gonna stop. What you'll need to write down is how the song continues.
Good night. We are back in the cabin, but the video is not over yet.
Not yet.
Sometimes when we end up with a little bit of a shorter video, we like to throw it back to some stuff that we've experienced on the cruise that we still feel like we need to send your way because it's fun.
Absolutely.
The theme of the next little bit is going to be noisy, raucous celebrations. So,
Because who doesn't need that, right?
we're going to start with a dining room parade. Now, at the end of every major segment, they do a Baked Alaska parade, and they whoop whoop and wave the napkins and all that fun stuff.
Fun fact, it's a styrofoam cake, so they're not setting it on fire.
That's right. But it's a fun way to sort of end every segment. We've had a couple of those, so we'd like to bring you one of them.
Yeah.
Then after that, we had a show called Junnk. Now, that's Junk with 2 N's. But it's kind of like a Stomp meets Blue Man Group, I think is how it was presented. And
Yes.
man, the banging and the banging. And they did some cool stuff, though.
Definitely.
All right, let's have some entertainment, and then we will come back with a dinner wrap-up and all that good stuff afterwards.
Check it out.
But we need you to make as much noise as possible. Stamp your feet, clap your hands, wave your napkins. How did you like that? Fantastic. From wood ships to good ships and ships that sail the sea. The best ships are friendships, and may ours always be. Salute! We love you!
So tonight's show is Junk with that extra N in the trunk. It's supposed to be sort of a Stomp meets Blue Man Group meets other stuff. Let's enjoy.
The performers that are about to be on stage have encouraged me to tell you to scream, shout, sing along, clap, participate, have as much fun as you can. The more energy you put on the stage, the more energy they will put into the audience. So without any further ado, welcome the 3 gentlemen of Junk!
We've returned to the cabin to find our paperwork for tomorrow and a special invitation to a Captain's Circle loyalty party. Good night again. So, y'all, that show, I tell you, bang, bang. I'm always entertained by shows like that. But
Absolutely.
all right, I think the next major thing we have to do is dish on some dinner, and then that's the end of this. So, hey, let's talk about now this is billed as like a potato salad.
So it's not your traditional potato salad. It's like lettuce leaves with like potatoes and octopus. It was cooked very well, like nice lemon drizzle on top, but not what you're thinking. But it's good.
And we might have talked about this very menu before. We don't really remember, but just the menus do repeat fairly often, so we're going to find ourselves talking about a lot of the same food over and over.
We order the same things.
True. There's spanakopita. I usually always get it. Now, the first time I ordered it, it was 2 pieces. This time it was only 1 piece. Scandalous.
Scandal.
Still just as good. It's crispy. It's got all the delicious spinachy and cheesy and flavors inside of it.
Yes.
Good stuff. Shrimp cocktail, ma'am.
This is on the everyday menu, so if you don't know what you want, this is always a nice option. The cocktail sauce is stellar. The shrimp are nice and cold and a good size, so I recommend this one.
I got crab and corn chowder. Now, you can tell by that picture, that does not look like real crab meat, but I'm not one of those that's offended by the fake crab meat that's made out of fish. I mean, it's kind of I'd say it's what I grew up on, but it's not. I really grew up on real crab. You grew up on fake crab.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. Nice and warm and comforting. Corny. Crabby with quotation marks around it, you know. Now there's some seafood, blackened corvina.
This is one of my favorite things on the menu. Whenever I see it, I do order it. It's beautifully cooked and it has grits and like a grainy mustard, and it's just absolutely delicious. You should order this one.
I might. It sounds fantastic. I actually have eaten it. Yes, I don't know if it was on a sea day or what.
It's so good.
But what I got was the quiche, and it was a little quiche. Actually, it was so little, you can see in the picture, they gave me a little quiche and a half because I think they were a little embarrassed to present that as an entree. It's very small. It's tasty, but if I knew it was that small, I might have ordered something else.
Yeah.
You always can order something else, but at that point, I was just like, you know what? I'm getting dessert. You got a crusty banana tart.
I was craving some bananas, and they don't always have them on board, but when they have this, you should order it. It's delicious. It's like the richer banana flavor where they're like about to turn, but not quite, like for banana bread, essentially. And it comes with chocolate ice cream and a streusel on top. It's yummy.
Now, my personal preference of banana is like yellow bordering on brown.
Green. But this is good, yes.
But I got those, I guess it's mango and macadamia nut samosas. I've had these a few times. They come with a nice little mint dipping sauce, which is kind of like melted mint ice cream of sorts. The flavors kind of go together. I almost prefer the samosas without the mint sauce, but man, they are warm, they are sweet, even though it's no added sugar. And it's satisfying, I will say. I always enjoy those, and if I see them on the menu, I'm usually going to get them.
Yeah.
Mint sauce, question mark. So that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and more fun to come.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Good night.
Good night.